I'm back with another triggering topic. Now, here's another edition of the Preference to Baby Mama Pipeline. Now, this episode is featuring Coi Leray. And before I get into it, let me give y'all a quick disclaimer. This video is filled with my opinion and my opinion alone. Nothing is factual. All is alleged. I do not know any of these people personally. Now, I do have a commentary channel, and I do use clips within fair use guidelines and part of my critical review. Now that we got all of that out of the way, I want to say I am so confused right now. I am absolutely flabbergasted. I really just don't know what is going on with the rap girls, the R&B girls, the celebrity girls, the baddie girls, the actress girls, the athlete girls, the girls that are coming up right now. Like, these are very pretty girls who are young and have their whole lives ahead of them. They have pretty privilege. They have a little bit of coin. They have some clout in these streets. But they are sitting there and letting these pookies impregnate them without commitment. And, I just want y'all to know that you can be a pookie and be rich and or financially stable. Like, it doesn't mean that you just have to be busted and disgusted and in the hood. And, I'm going to give y'all two quote unquote rich pookies that come to mind to me are Offset and DDG. And what's crazy is half of the time, before these women even get pregnant, these men have already been exposed for cheating on them or treating them in a way that they didn't like. And, they just ignored the signs. And it's really an epidemic. Like, you have rappers like Callie, Flo Milli, Cash Doll, the actress Sky Jackson, the athlete Naomi Osaka. You even had Sexy Red too, but I don't think anyone was shocked or surprised by her. You have Halle Bailey, Dream Doll, and many, many more. And, I didn't even touch on the YT girls like Iggy Azalea, Bad Baby, the TikTok girl, Coco. I did a video on her too. And many, 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 many more of them as well. And, speaking of that, I even remember seeing this Facebook post of this New York rapper that I never heard of named Zeddy Will, I think it was, who was expecting 5 children with 5 different women at the same time. And he's only 22. And looking at him, y'all see he's very clearly dusty coated. And, I don't care if he's a rapper or not. We ain't even going to talk about how the majority of them are, 4 of them are preferences. And the only monoracial black girl that he had, she's back there lurking in the back. Like, that's already discussing. That's a whole nother topic. But honestly, this is a problem. And before we get into all of that, let me just talk about Coi Leray real quick. Now, I personally think that Coi Leray is a beautiful girl. I know that she's very petite, and I remember when she came out, a lot of people were body shaming her and calling her skinny. But, she just unapologetically came out and ignored that, and I respected her for that. Now, I know according to Google, she has a Black American mother, and her father, Benzino, is supposedly Cape Verdean and Puerto Rican. And before y'all one droppers come in here, there are YT Cape Verdeans, even though it is located off of the west coast of Africa. There are also YT Puerto Ricans. And, I know that Benzino, the older that he has gotten, the uglier that he has gotten, in my opinion. No shade. But also with his age, it has also changed his features and how he presents to me. Because if you look at these old pictures of him, you can tell that he is definitely a mixture and not fully black. And, black is beautiful, but I'm just saying you can tell that as he has gotten older, you can tell that there is a difference in how he's presenting. And you can see right here, he's not fully black. That's all I'm saying. And, let me just say this. I am not the racial mixture police. I don't even want y'all to think that. I don't want y'all to think that, but it's just that I've got to stand up for monoracial black people and stop this one drop rule. Like, we've got to stop doing that. And also, I wanted to talk about her ethnicity, her racial background, all of that, her race, all of that, because I just know that there will still be people that will come in the comments and say, well, Coi isn't a preference. And I just wanted to break down why she is, even though I really didn't even have to do that, because A black woman simply being light skinned, like very light skinned, would also make her a preference. Because Negroes love a woman more if they think that she has proximity to another race. Any connection to non blackness or any potential erasure of their black skin, and he's on 10. He's ready to go. You know? But anyway, with all of that being said, y'all, let me say this. I think that Coi Leray is a very pretty girl. She's managed to find success as a rapper. She got a song with Nicki Minaj, which is on a lot of the rap girlies' wish list. And it's shocking that she's out here entertaining Dusties like this man. Like supposedly being impregnated by Trippie Redd. I mean, look at him. Look at him. Like, what? Let me just keep going. Now, apparently, she has dated this man before, briefly, in 2019, and it ended very badly, very messy. And he ended up even making a song about her called Leray. And he called her an idiot on it. And that song is still on Apple Music, mind you. I did check it out. I did listen to it. Now, in my opinion, if you about to get with me, you about to take that song down, but let me stop. But seriously, in my opinion, if you break up with the man, let alone the man that bashed you publicly, if you leave, you never come back. You never come back. You never double back. Never. For any reason. Once you cut off a man, he goes into an abyss. And you never think of him again. Do y'all remember Victoria Monet's music video moment? Do y'all remember in the end when she got what she wanted from old boy and then she dropped him off gracefully in the floor in her crib? That's what you're supposed to do. Gone. He's a memory, a moment. Bye. See you. And then thinking about that, why did art imitate life? Because she did that to him for real. But wait a minute. Hold up, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm getting off topic. I'm just saying that when you do this, because if you were like when you accept the next back, what caused you to leave and dip in the first place, it will always resurface. It isn't a matter of if, it is a matter of when. And please don't let the exception to the rule of Ashanti and Nelly, because I know that somebody gonna bring that up. Please do not let them make you believe that will be your reality, because it will not. It will not. Now, Coi Leray and Trippie Redd, they broke up and then they rekindled their romance, or whatever you want to call it, in August of 2024. And in less than 6 months, she announced her pregnancy. Insane. One of the dumbest things ever. You didn't even give your relationship long enough to solidify or to see if he was on BS. You just got pregnant. Now, Coi Leray is 27 years old. She still had plenty of time to wait for marriage, to have a child, or to not choose a Dusty to be the father of that child. Once again, I hate to keep harping on this, but do you see this man? Honestly, what type of positive results and long-lasting, happy, healthy marriage or family or whatever did she expect to build with a man who looks like this? What are we talking about? Then she just posted this yesterday on her IG story. Nothing worse, but I'm sure that she means nothing worse than being cheated on. I wouldn't wish this pain on my worst enemy. God bless. And although I don't take pleasure in any woman's pain, especially while she is pregnant, because I'm telling you, being pregnant, that is like a very vulnerable time in your life when you need the support of your partner, the man that impregnated you. And if you don't have that, I can't even imagine. But let me just say this again. I'm sorry. Look at this man. Look at him. What the you thought? And, I honestly think that sometimes, as women, we have got to take things for what they are. What is inside you oftentimes manifests on the outside. Your appearance, your behavior, even your living environment often reflects what is going on with you internally and mentally. And a man that looks like this, he is clearly fighting demons, period. And why would you want to invite that spirit inside of you? inside of your womb. Why would you want to have a child? Have a child that is half yours, half his with a man like that. And oftentimes, when I mention marrying before you have a child, there will be women that will say, oh, well, these married men, they be out here cheating too. Why get married to have a child when they all cheat? Well, okay. Well, if you believe that all men cheat or getting married doesn't mean anything, then why have a child with anyone? Why have a child with someone that you know is going to cheat on you and treat you bad? Why would you want to be connected to a dirty cheater forever? Why not do what Ebony K. Williams did and go to the sperm bank? That way you can have the child that you want without the baby daddy drama. And then my thing is this, is that if these married men are cheating on their wives, then what do you think the Negro that won't even marry you is doing? Huh? What do you think a man that can watch you carry his child and he doesn't have the slightest desire to build a family unit with you, marry you, is doing? He's definitely cheating then. Or you'll have women that say, well, oh, I'm married and I'm a married single mother and marriage doesn't mean anything, And, I would just say this. It didn't mean anything to the man that you chose. You chose. That doesn't mean that it will be every woman's reality. Nor does it mean that you just settle and do whatever you want because you believe that all of them are no good. You get what I'm saying? If a man won't commit to you in that way, I really need y'all to understand something. Regardless of what he tells you, I promise you, he does not love you. He does not care for you in the way that you deserve to be cared for and loved. He simply doesn't. And I also think that a lot of times we don't tell the truth. There are benefits to having both parents in the house. We can't deny that. I'm not saying that a child can't grow up and be taken care of, be intelligent, be smart, be great, being raised with one parent. My husband was raised by a single mother. He is fantastic. I have dated men that have been raised by both of their parents and they was no good. So I'm not saying that you have to have it, but what I'm saying is there are benefits that having both parents in the house. So why wouldn't you want to try your best to give that to your child first off? You know what I'm saying? But I will even say this, is that out of all of that, it's even worse to have a child by a man that is unworthy of you. And, even with that, let's talk about something even deeper. Having a child can be a death sentence for a Black woman. The stats prove that we are ignored and not handled correctly. And, we also know that it's a risk to any race of woman if we want to keep it 100. And when we add biracial or multiracial women like Coi, they're also risking their lives as well when getting pregnant. So my thing is, why would you risk your life to bring a child into the world of a man who is not deserving? You are literally giving a man the only thing, or one of the only things, that he cannot do himself. You are giving him a gift, whether that's acknowledged or not. Because one time I said that, it was a woman saying, a child is not a gift. A child is not a gift. It is a gift. And it is a gift that you give a man because you're the one that's carrying it. You're the one that's doing all the hard labor and the heavy lifting. And even after the child is birthed, you're still going to be doing a lot of the heavy lifting. That's just what it is. There's nothing like a bond between a mother and a child. You know what I'm saying? And the majority of the time, the men who are receiving these gifts do not deserve it. And they do not appreciate it. And they do not view it as a gift from you. You know what they view it as? I'm going to really put y'all up on game. They view it as a punishment to you. They view it as a stamp of ownership to the world that tells other men for the rest of your life that he possessed you. He can brag on it for life. He can shame you for it. Other men will shame you for it. And that is exactly why a lot of times, as soon as these men impregnate a woman, or right after the baby is born, he is gone. Because it's like, oh, okay, I got ownership of her. I don't have to worry about that. She's forever on the shelf. She's forever this and that. Her options are reduced, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, yeah, I got you. I got you. And then they lose interest. And, that is disgusting. And I'm not going to tell you that it's not disgusting. I'm not going to tell you that it's not archaic and stupid. But it is something that happens. It is what it is. And, it's so sad that men use children to devalue women. But it is what's happening. And it's happening so much now with the whole single mothers are the devil discourse, and single mothers don't deserve anything out of life moving forward. They got to just offer up their bodies to anybody that will take it because they don't have any worth or value, which is disgusting. It's not true. But I know you've seen that. And it's a big risk when you are undertaking becoming a single mother or having a child by a man. Why would you add extra risk factors to it? But let me say this also, is that, oftentimes that doesn't happen to the man. So he's not in a risky position. You get what I'm saying? Like, he's not going to be devalued in that way. And I would say this is that the only way a man would be devalued in that way is if he has 5 to 6 to 7 kids by 7 different baby mamas or something like that. Then he may have some women that'd be like, ew, no. But even with that, there's always, do you hear me, gonna be some dumb pick-misha that will lie to herself and act like he's gonna be different with her and give him a chance. So they don't have the same risk that women do, that we do. And let me just say this to any child-free woman. Do not let this be you. Because as I already said earlier, as a mother, you will have a larger part of raising the child. And if you're not with the father, 9 times out of 10, that child's going to be living with you. Your life is going to change drastically. And oftentimes, demands will not. So please, 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 please listen to me. Wait until you can find a man that loves you and respects you enough to wait until he has married you and fully committed to you to have children with you. And like I said earlier, for the people that will say, oh, marriage isn't a guarantee. It's not a guarantee. You can't trust these men. You can't do that. Of course, marriage is not a guarantee. It's not. You and I both know that. But I'll say this is that nothing in this world is foolproof. Nothing. Especially when it comes to men and relationships. But there are always going to be women that want to take the chance to entertain a man. It's biology. It's always going to happen. Period. Y'all can lie and say, oh, just stay single, just be interested in women. It's not going to happen. And I'm not saying that there aren't women that can do that, but what I'm saying is this is always going to be present here. And so since that is the case, and I say this so much on this channel, and I really mean it, life is about reducing and mitigating risk. Reducing risk. So if you do want a child, or you do want to choose a man to have a child with, even though that's already risky, the least risky way of going about it, leaving out the sperm bank, of course, because that's the least risky way. But the least risky way of going about it is requiring marriage and thorough vetting of a man first. Because as I said, if the married men are treating women bad, how do you think a single baby daddy is going to treat you when you've required absolutely nothing of him for you to give him the greatest gift that he will ever receive in his entire life? I'm just saying, don't do it. You have to require him to commit to you, because if he won't marry you and won't commit to you, then you got your answer already. You're already protected. Hey, don't carry this baby for him, And let me just say this to the child-free women. Please don't let this be you. I've already said it a million times, and I really do mean it. You've got time. There is no rush. What is meant for you will be for you. Settling gets you absolutely nowhere. Trust me, I know what it's like to have settled and to have got dogged and played. He had played in my face. All right. So trust me, I'm not coming and standing on this pedestal like this has not occurred to me. My first marriage, I absolutely settled. I don't even know if I told you guys this, is that I was raised, I think I have though. I was raised extremely religious. I was of the idea that you do not have sex until you get married, which I still believe that, but that's another point. I believe, hey, you're a virgin, you don't have sex till you get married. So I married this guy. I settled, okay, because I'm like, wow, you know what I'm saying? You're 25 years old, you're old, you're a virgin. Look, hurry up and get married to this guy's here. He'll do it, And I promise you, that settling altered the whole entire trajectory of my life. It has given me scars on my soul that still, I guess they've healed, but they are still present, if you get what I'm saying. You know how, like, if you have a scar and it heals, it's still there. People can see it. You know what I'm saying? And I have a real scar, like a scar in my eyebrow because of the abuse that I suffered. But anyway, let me just say, so I'm not trying to tell y'all something that I have not experienced myself. I'm telling you, settling gets you nowhere. Okay? It gets you played with. It gets you disrespected. And now a Negro thinks that you for play. Because he knows for a fact that you don't stand on business. You don't keep your word or what you say when you accept him back when you already told him to get gone. You get what I'm saying? You cannot do that. You cannot do that with men. They only respect actions. Actions only. And men are very action-based. You can only trust the actions of a man. You can never trust the words. Never. Because a man will tell you anything that you want to hear. Baby girl, I love you. I love you so much. You my sun, my moon, my stars. I die for you. I do this and that. And he won't mean none of it. However, when you see a man that caters to you, cares for you, he does things for you, he goes out of his way, you tell him you got a problem with him, he fixes it, he doesn't have an attitude, all of these things he's pouring into you, actions is what's going to show you. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I done got off track again, y'all. I'm sorry. Let me just say this. Because I am off track. Sorry, I don't want to trauma dump on y'all. Let me say this. Doubling back to a Negro that looks like he belongs in the Hellraiser horror franchise, that's pure stupidity. Like, come on now. Like, you see this man, what possible, positive outlook did you think was going to happen, or positive outcome? Like, come on now. But let me just say this also, y'all. We as women, we are strong. We are strong enough to not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of. Like, as I said, you really have to look at men critically without emotion. Like, if you have to make a pros and cons list on your phone, do it. Judge him. Judge him. Judge him like you are on the Supreme Court, okay? Judge him on his previous behavior. Judge him on how he treated other women. Judge him on how he has treated you or how he currently treats you. It all means something. And I say this a lot, and I really do mean it. Do not give men any grace. Don't make no excuses for them. Because when you do that, I promise you, it never works out good for you. We cannot afford to do that. There are many a dead woman, many a hurt woman, many an abandoned woman that have given a man grace and they have regretted it. Okay? Including me. Like I said, I gave a man grace and settled. And I'm telling you, that man just tap danced on my feelings and just straight up played in my face. Just like, oh, yeah, you a joke. All right, I got you. Let me see what's about to happen because I'm finna play. I promise you, I can laugh now because it's over with. But I'm telling you, I wouldn't want any of the beautiful black women or women that come across my videos to ever be in that position if they don't have to be, But anyway, I digress. Okay, for real. Sorry if I ranted or rambled. Y'all let me know. If you watched this whole video and you enjoyed it, please do me a favor and drop a 6 down below. And if you can't donate to my Cash App above to help support the channel, that's no problem at all. I know times are hard out here, and it's about to be even harder, as y'all can see from all of the news and everything that's going on right now. So just do me a free favor. Follow your girl on TikTok while it's still here, because I don't know what's finna happen with that. But while it's here, I'll be live streaming on there. Follow me on YouTube, where I do most of my business is most important. If you follow me on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my new uploads. And as always, ladies, y'all already know I really love to hear from y'all. So please drop your thoughts, comments, and feelings down below.